What if the fastest way to make a narcissist disappear isn't blocking them or arguing, but a quiet psychological shift they can't stand to face? Ever felt like you're trapped in a loop? The same fight, the same guilt, the same apology that never ends? That's how narcissistic control works. It feeds on reaction. Every sigh, every explanation, every tear. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. When you stop feeding the chaos, it dies. In this video, we're not talking about revenge, blocking, or endless arguing. We're talking about 7 quiet psychological shifts. The kind that make a narcissist lose interest so fast, they'll vanish on their own. By the end, you'll know how to protect your peace, reclaim your energy, and finally stop being their emotional supply. 1. Gray rock. Silence kills their control. Picture this. You're in another argument that feels endless. They throw accusations, twist your words, wait for your reaction, and you give it again. That's the fuel they want. The moment you react, they win another round. But what happens when you stop giving them fire to burn? That's the gray rock method. You turn from their favorite actor into the silent audience who walks out mid-show. You respond with flat tones, short answers, no emotion, not fake politeness, true emotional stillness. At first, they'll try harder to provoke you. They'll raise their voice, play victim, maybe even cry. But when you don't feed it, the storm fades. Ever noticed how quiet feels uncomfortable at first? That's because silence takes back power. Gray rock isn't just acting boring. It's training your nervous system to stop reacting, rewiring your body from survival to peace. And when you master that, they lose interest fast, because chaos can't survive in calm. 2. Set immovable boundaries. Your fence is your freedom. Imagine this. It's 11 p.m. Your phone lights up again. You told them you don't want late-night arguments, but they call anyway. Just talk to me. It'll only take a second. You hesitate, pick up, and suddenly you're defending yourself for the next hour. That's how boundaries get broken. Not by violence, but by guilt. So here's the shift. Stop making exceptions. When you say no, mean it. When you hang up, don't explain. Every time you hold the line, you teach your nervous system that safety is more important than approval. They'll test you. They'll call you cold, selfish, or cruel. But boundaries aren't walls. They're fences with gates you control. The moment they realize your no actually means no, the game changes. Boundaries don't just protect your time. They retrain people how to treat you. And narcissists hate that, because you've just taken away their favorite weapon: access. 3. Stop seeking their approval. Their validation is the trap. Think back to the last time they finally praised you. How good it felt for 5 seconds before the next criticism came. That's not love, that's conditioning. Narcissists design their approval like a slot machine. Random, addictive, and impossible to win. You start chasing it, replaying every conversation, wondering what you did wrong. But here's the truth. Their praise was never real currency. It was bait. The moment you stop chasing it, the whole illusion collapses. Start practicing small acts of self-validation. I did my best. I'm enough. You'll feel awkward at first, but every self-affirmation cuts one string from their control. Ever notice how quiet your mind gets when you stop trying to prove yourself? That silence is self-worth coming home. Approval from a narcissist isn't love. It's leverage. And when you no longer need it, they lose both the game and the audience. 4. Subtly expose their facade. Truth is kryptonite. Picture a dinner party. The narcissist is telling their grand story about that big promotion, that heroic act, that unbelievable success. Everyone nods. You've heard 3 different versions of this story before. You don't argue. You just tilt your head and ask calmly, "Oh, I thought you mentioned something different last time. Which one was it again?" Silence. A flicker of confusion, then deflection. That's what quiet truth does. It cracks the mirror they've spent years polishing. You don't need to humiliate them. You just need to let reality speak for itself. Over time, small inconsistencies pile up, and they start feeling exposed, unsafe, seen. The moment their lies lose audience, they lose control. Exposure isn't confrontation, it's clarity, and clarity burns through manipulation faster than anger ever could. 5. Prioritize self-care. The power they can't touch. After dealing with a narcissist, you often feel empty, like someone unplugged your spirit. You start skipping meals, losing sleep, forgetting what joy feels like. That's exactly what they want, an exhausted version of you, easier to control. So the next shift isn't about them, it's about you. Eat well, sleep deeply, move your body, touch sunlight, call a friend. Every small act of care is a rebellion. At first, guilt creeps in. You'll think, am I being selfish? But taking care of yourself is not selfish, it's strategy. Because when you recharge, their manipulation bounces right off your calm energy. The day you stop explaining your self-care is the day they realize they've lost access to your power. True self-care isn't candles and baths, it's rebuilding your nervous system so peace feels safe again. And that, they can't touch. 6. Cultivate a support system. Connection breaks their isolation spell. Here's a secret every narcissist knows. Isolation makes control easy. They slowly convince you that others don't understand. That you can only trust them. Soon your world shrinks. Just you and their voice echoing in your head. That's why connection is your antidote. Text a friend, join a support group, talk to someone who listens without judging. The more you share, the more their spell fades. Because when truth is spoken out loud, manipulation loses oxygen. You don't need dozens of people. Just one real connection can anchor you back to reality. Ever notice how light you feel after talking to someone safe? That's your nervous system remembering freedom. Narcissists build empires of silence. You destroy them with community. Healing doesn't happen alone. It happens in the reflection of people who remind you who you are. 7. Embrace genuine indifference. When you stop reacting, they stop existing. There comes a day when you just stop caring. Not the fake "I don't care" you post online, but real, quiet indifference. They text, they bait, they gossip, and you feel nothing. That's when the chains finally break. Indifference is not hate. Hate is still connection. Indifference is peace. It's realizing their opinion holds no weight. Their chaos no longer enters your nervous system. You don't even flinch. You just move on. At first they'll try harder. New tactics, new guilt trips. But nothing sticks. Because you've shifted from reacting to observing. And you can't manipulate someone who's simply watching from the outside. The day their name stops making your heart race, that's the day you've won. Indifference isn't built overnight. It's the final result of healing, boundaries, and self-respect working together. It's not revenge. It's freedom disguised as silence. When you stop fighting for their attention, you start fighting for your peace. That's the real shift. From survival to serenity. Let's recap. You became the gray rock. Calm, unshakable. You built boundaries that finally held. You stopped chasing their approval, asked quiet questions that exposed their mask, and turned self-care into strength they couldn't reach. You rebuilt connection where they tried to isolate you. And in the end, you discovered the most powerful weapon of all: indifference. These aren't tricks to make them suffer. They're tools to make you whole again. Because when you choose calm over chaos, boundaries over guilt, and truth over fear, they have nowhere left to stand. The peace you create within yourself becomes the silence that ends their control. And that silence, it's not emptiness. It's the sound of your freedom. If this message resonated with you, pause for a moment. Take a breath. You've already done something brave just by listening this far. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 7 shifts do you feel ready to practice first? Your story might be the one that gives someone else the courage to walk away. Drop a comment below, share your thoughts, or even just a single word: peace. Because that's what this community is about, healing together, one quiet victory at a time. And if you found value here, hit that subscribe button and keep growing with us. There are more videos coming, deep dives into healing, boundaries, and emotional freedom. You're not broken. You're becoming whole again. And that's the most powerful thing a narcissist can't stand to see.